Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks of all ages, my name is J Freak, your ever mysterious host. Welcome to the Freak Show. Alright, now that that is out of the way, I would very much like to talk about anonymity. Now, I have a good friend of mine to thank for this particular topic tonight, and so thank you, Charlie. But before I talk about anonymity, well, no, actually, it's a bit of a tie-in. I am anonymous for a reason. Well, you can't see my face for a reason. Because if you were to actually see my face, there would be a face to put to it. You know. And that's something that just doesn't need to happen. Because this faceless individual gives you advice and does things. And talks to you about, whatever. But I'm anonymous because it gives you opportunity to put someone else, to put my voice coming through someone else. Say, a relative. A relative whom you respected and loved, and maybe they've passed on. And you know that something I have said, they would have told you, given the proper circumstance. Well, basically, me not having a face gives you the opportunity to put that loved one over this. It's a brilliant concept that Blaze came up with. At least, that's what he told me this was like. Because Blaze does watch my videos. And he said, look, these are some of the things that a relative would have said to him. And he just basically put their face, or he imagined their face, over mine. Or with, that's one of the perks of being anonymous. And I'm sorry, I don't have my thoughts all completely straight today. I have been writing a damnable paper. But I had to take time out to do this. Because I love doing this. Because this is one of the better parts of my day. Anyway. Anonymity. It can also be a good thing. Especially if you're nervous about saying something. If you're nervous about saying something in front of a group of people, then, or online. If you want to say something online, you can say it anonymously sometimes. Because not having your name put on something gives you more courage to say what you want to say freely. That's why I say the things that I say, because I know that no one knows who I am. Well, false. Almost everyone has no idea who I am. Yeah, well, it's interesting, because I feel that I can say things more freely here than I could actually talking to a group of people. I get extremely nervous when it comes to public speaking. I've never necessarily been good at public speaking yet. It's something which I've always been forced to do. It's just one of those things that you have to deal with in life. But I can say things here to you, the public, from the comfort of my own home. Which, as you can obviously see, the set behind me has changed a bit, because I was indeed in the middle of writing paper, and I didn't want to move. So I can say things more freely. And you can do things anonymously that you couldn't do if there were people out there who knew who you were, knew what you looked like. That's one of the reasons why I can be weird. That's why I can be very odd. Because I am anonymous on here. Now, I hope you all enjoyed the new segment, J Freak Read Stuff. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's very interesting, I suppose. It's basically me reading things, but in a different costume. Ha ha ha. Anyway. So I will try and have those out along with these, but mainly I was going to try and make J Freak Read Stuff a weekly thing, but it's not going to work, especially with the length of what I'm reading currently, because it's just too long. It would take far longer than necessary. It would be the only thing that I would read for several years, which wouldn't be fun. So I'm going to try and get this out. I may flake out and change what I'm reading to something a bit easier to control, but yeah, I will definitely try and continue reading what I'm reading now, but there will be other things. And along with this, which is the daily thing, yeah. And by the way, 10-minute time limits on YouTube are annoying. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks of all ages, remember this: when life gets fickle, freak is always, forever, a lovely evening.